Everyone. So today we are going to discuss multiplication rule. So as we know that multiplication is a faster way to count the things. Right? Instead of writing 2 plus 2 plus 2 5 times, we can just do 5 into 2, 5 times 2 equals to 10. Right? So instead of here reading 5 times 2, we can also read it as 5 twos or 2 fives. Okay, this is another way to read the same thing, but it is more helpful. Okay, 5 twos. So it helps us to quickly understand 5 twos. 5 twos means 2 plus 2 plus 2. That is 5. There are 5 twos. Correct. So multiplication rule is used in case of joint or compound events. What do I mean by that? So when two events are happening one after the other, connected to each other, then we can use multiplication rule to count faster. When two joint events are happening, to count the number of ways. The example here I can take is of flavor. So suppose I have chocolate, strawberry, vanilla flavors and sizes small, medium and large. So one way to count the total number of ways is to directly count by counting, right? So chocolate small, chocolate medium, chocolate large. So there are three options for each chocolate, right? So 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9. But what will be the more faster way? Directly 3 flavors and 3 sizes. So 3 times 3 equals to 9. So these are joint events connected to each other. Chocolate, then it has three options. Strawberry has three options. Vanilla has three options. 3 times 3 or 3 threes. 3 threes. 3 threes means there are 3 threes. Right? So there are three groups of each: chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. So here I have made a here to understand in a simpler way. Say chocolate small, chocolate medium, chocolate large, strawberry small, strawberry medium, strawberry large, and same with vanilla. So there are total 9 options, or we can directly found it by multiplying the two things. 3 times 3 equals to 9. So how can you think to multiply? So simple, you can think like each has three options. Each has three options. Then three have three options. Each has three options, then three have nine options, right? Each have three, then three have nine. 3 times 3. So you can think in this way also. So instead of reading, I suggest you to read like not 3 times 3, but 3 threes. So we understand betterly that there are three threes, like uh, three groups of uh, three groups, and total there are how many? Three. Okay. Now let's now understand about independent events. So we have understand multiplication rule. Now let's proceed with the independent events. So events which are not dependent on each other. Occurrence of one does not impact the occurrence of other is called as independent events. Simple. So occurring of one, so probability of happening of one event not impact the event, another event. The next outcome, I will say. So for example, the best example I can here provide is rolling heads. First time and then second time. So are they dependent? No, correct. So in the first instance, what happens does not impact the probability of happening the next head. Okay, what is happening in the first does not impact at all. Even though heads is coming say 10 times, and I'm asking you to predict about 11th time, then it should not your answer. It should not be your answer that head is more probable. No, they are independent. They does not impact at all. 11th maybe head, maybe 10, same probability, 50-50%. Even though head is coming 10 times in a row, 11th can be head, can be head, same probability. this doesn't mean this doesn't mean that head will come in the 11th. There is 80% chance of coming head since it is coming 10 times in a row. No, they are independent events. Correct. Has independent outcomes. So how can we get probability? So in case of independent events, as we just see in multiplication rule, if two events are independent or joined, we can directly get probabilities by multiplying the two steps. For example, even probability of head, then I can directly get it by multiplying half into half equals to 1 by 4. Now how can you uh, think like this? So you can think here. See, actually at the start we have head and tail. Okay, so first we have head, then tail, and they can be further associated with head and tail, hence four options. Understanding? Hence four options, 2 times 2, or you can read as 2 twos. We can also read it like this. So first I have two options, head, tail. Now each now further can be associated with further two outcomes, means head can be associated with further head, tail, and tail can be associated with further head, tail. So finally I have four outcomes: head, tail, tail, tail. And I want head, so there is one only where both head occurs at a row. So 1 by 4. So you can think like this, why multiplication rule is working. You can also do it by addition, but it will then a time consuming process. So to understand better, I have here created an example of uh, I have created a tree diagram. Okay, from tree diagram you also see that. So first I toss it, I get head, tail. Further again I toss it, then head can be associated with further head, this can be further tail. Here also same thing, and I want this box. So this is one out of the four options: head, tail, tail. Correct. So tree diagram are the best way to understand. Okay, you can easily draw them. Okay, if you have any confusion to understand the multiplication rule. So in simple words, if two events are independent joint, we can just directly get their probability by multiplying the probability of that events. Okay. Now I have here to understand more concretely. I have taken an example here. So you can see I have directly find out this information from website of NBA. So two players I have taken here. So Luka and Kevin. So now I have asked the question, what is the probability of Luka Doncic of making 3 free throws in a streak? So see again here it is an independent event, means probability of him scoring the free throw in the first game, okay, is independent, okay, of what he will do in the next. Okay, they are again independent because he is giving same performance all the time, so they are not dependent. So for example, he is giving in the first game he not done better, so he's it's not like that he will also do more or less. It is not the case that in the next game do he will do depending upon what he has done in the first game. Okay, I hope you are understanding. Now the best way here to think is, okay, we will come to that later. So first of all, see, I have from the past data, I have taken his free throw probability, that is 52.9%. Okay, free throw probability 52.9%. So how can we, the most important, how can we interpret this 52.9%? So suppose we have millions of blue cards, then we can expect 52.9% of them to score the free throw in the first game. I hope you're understanding. So the best way to predict to understand it, 52.9% is, if he have millions of him, then we can expect 52.9% of them to make the free throw. And 52.9% into 52.9%, the answer will be, we can expect that much him to score the free throws in a streak, two times in a streak of the millions of him. Okay, so 52.9% is same as 0.529, right? So if I want probability of free throws in a streak, I can directly multiply that thing. So 0.529 into 0.529 into point. So what does that number mean? 40.80%. So out of this million of blue cards, I can expect 40.80% of them to make the free throws, 3 free throws in a streak. Okay. Okay, so see, I have given your interpretation, means we can expect 40.80% of him out of out of this percent to make 100% to make 3 free throws in a streak. In other words, 40.80% is a chance of happening this, since Okay, since these are independent events, I multiplied it. So to give more betterly, okay, why multiplication is working, I have for you also drawn a tree diagram on the next page. So that is very very helpful. Okay, so you can also try it for him, second player Kevin, and compare it, or you can also try this three pointer probability and compare both free throw three pointers with the help of this concept. Okay, now I have here drawn a tree diagram here to understand. So for the simplicity, I have taken probability of making free throw as 50% and not making 50%. So it is way or simple to draw the tree diagram. Okay, so this also explains concept and it also simple to explain. So I have taken like this means equally likely. So free throw, not free throw, 50-50%. Therefore, free throw, not free throw, two outcomes. And from the tree diagram, you can see each have 50%. Okay, now if I'm expecting to make the free throws in a streak, free throw, free throw, free throw. So first free throw, again, next what can happen? Free throw, not free throw. Again, I'm doing three times free throw, not free throw. So like this. And I want a probability of free throw in a streak. Then it's 0.50, 0.50, 12.5%. Or how can you count the same thing? So see, you can observe here. How many total I want? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I want free throw, free throw, free throw. So this is the only outcome where I can get that. See, this is the, okay. I can also draw in the next different color. So this only is the where I can get that. So it's 1/8. That is 0.125 or 12.5%. The same answer is coming using that rule also for multiplication. Okay, I hope now you are understanding very very betterly why it works. Okay, now actually here to make more clear things, actually we have used a here binomial formula, and right, so and it should also make sense to you because it is used in these cases only where there are two outcomes happening, not happening, right, independent events. So how I use that? Simple. So what binomial formula does, it is nothing but just it is derived from a simple examples like this only. So 0.50 times 0.50, so what formula is NC? So NC R, correct, and probability of success P, correct, raised to how many times I want? Q and minus R, not. So here NCR, I want the free throw in all the trials. So 3C3, probability of success is my point 50 raised to 3, and Q 0.50 raised to 3 minus 3, 0. The same thing is happening. So using this formula, now you can find probability of making two free throws only, and third is not free throw. And why we are using NCR? So see, to make a better sense, so for example, I have say free throw, and not free throw. Now see, this is not the only case that happen. This is not the only scenario where only we can get not free throw in the third attempt. Not free throw can occur in first also, second also, third also. So NCR is arranging that thing. Okay, so that and not free throw can occur anywhere. Same in the case of this. I am using here. You can see combination. So I am here not giving importance, here giving importance to the, here I am giving importance to the order. So combination does that same thing only. Hope you understand that, and thank you very much.